I know this is a long video. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to go away from like the long videos, but sometimes you really just can't help it. Hi, how are ya? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're having a wonderful day, wonderful week, wonderful month, wonderful year. I hope everything is going well for you and with you. If you're new to my vlog, my name is Dakara. I'm a lifestyle blogger and I blog at www.berrydakara.com. People who read my blog know that you never know what to expect. There are posts on different things. I blog about hair, natural hair that is. I blog and weaves and like wigs and stuff like that because I wear them. I also blog about like personal stuff. I blog about travel, and sometimes I have some faith posts and all of that. But truth is, you really never know what to expect. So I think that you should visit my blog, and I'm pretty sure that you'll find something that you like. Today I am going to be vlogging about my blogging journey. Let's see. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I hit a milestone last week. I hit 1 million views on my blog. Yay, yay, everybody clap for me. Woo, 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 party. If I was in the mood, I would have done my victory dance, but I cannot do my victory dance because I don't want to show you guys my booty and my twerking. But that is my victory dance, and I'm doing this in my head right now. Anyways, I want to talk about and share my blogging journey over the years. I opened up the floor to questions from different people, and so I'm going to be answering those questions as well. And hopefully you guys get to know me a little bit better, get to know about me and my blogging, and maybe get some guidelines for your own blogging if you're a blogger as well. I think we should start from the beginning. If you guys know, I started blogging in 2012. I had just moved back to Nigeria. Like I was 6 months in, and I had started NYSC, and I wanted a way to share my NYSC journey with my family and my friends who weren't there, and also to help foreign graduates like me, aka Ajibotas. I wanted to give them pointers on how to apply for and go through NYSC. I wanted to give them like a realistic experience. I wanted to give them my realistic experience with NYSC, and so that's why I started blogging. That was in 2012. But by the time I was done, the NYSC journey is 1 year. By the time I was done, I had fallen in love with blogging, and so decided to open my own personal blog, which is the Dakara Blog, where I've been sharing my life and my experiences through the years. You know, I've talked about, you know, looking for work. I've talked about trying to conceive. I've talked about, you know, meeting my well, he was my friend then, and then my boyfriend, and then we're married now, and you know, so people who have been reading my blog through the years have followed me on that journey, and it's something that I plan to keep doing for a while. Although honestly, I have to tell you guys the truth, it's been hard, it's been tough the past couple of weeks, the past couple of months. I've thought about quitting more than a few times, and it is quite daunting and scary. And but I know that in my heart of hearts, I am passionate about blogging. It's something that I love doing, so I know that I will not quit. But I have to be truthful. That's something that I like to do on my blog, because I like to be honest, I like to be transparent, I like to be real. Blogging has not been easy in the past couple of months. I don't know why, but that's just how we see it. Anyways, like I said, I opened up the floor for questions from my blog readers, and so I'm going to go through those questions and answer them, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started. Okay, someone asked, oh, the questions on the what's this thing called, on my survey that I asked, the questions were anonymous, so I don't know who asked what. But this person asks, your filming equipment and editing tools, please share. I use a Canon EOS 700D camera. Yes, I literally just read that out because I'm looking at the camera right now. People have asked me, I'm just like, wait, hold on, let me go and look for my camera. I don't know what kind of camera it is, but yeah, it's a Canon EOS 700D. And I used to use a Samsung 300 something that I really liked, except that one day I was in the house and the camera was on my bed and somehow I kicked. I don't know why I kicked, and all of a sudden I heard and I just lay there thinking, I feel like that's my camera. But I was just too tired and too afraid to try and see what was happening. So it took me an hour to open my eyes and look at the floor, and it was my camera, and the camera refused to come on. So, and I love that camera. But my husband Cakes, he bought me this camera for Christmas because he knew that I really needed a camera for my blogging. So that's the camera that I use. As far as editing, at least for my videos, and for videos I use Windows Movie Maker, which, yes, I know it's not as fancy as, you know, the iMovie Maker or something, or I think it's iMovie Maker or something like that. I know it's not that fancy, but for now I think it does the job. Yeah, for now it does the job. So that's what I'm using, is Windows Movie Maker. And for editing my photos I use Lightroom, and I got that from a CD. I can't remember if it was with this camera or with my old camera, but I use Lightroom. Occasionally I will use paint.net as well, but those are the Lightroom is what I use primarily for editing my pictures. The next question, how do you deal with blogging when you see other bloggers more successful than you and they probably started later than you? That's a good question. I'm gonna break it up into two. How do you deal with blogging when you see other bloggers more successful than you? Something that I like to say, I know it's easier said than done, but something I like to say is, you know, don't compare yourself to someone else. You don't know where they are at in their journey. You don't know what tools they started with in their own journey. Your situation is different from theirs. There are times that, you know, I've had blogger envy or, you know, blogger jealousy, where I see other bloggers that I know that I'm just as good as, and I have just as good content, maybe even more content, and they're doing like phenomenal and they're doing way better than I am. And, you know, it can be hard, but I have to remember, I always try to remind myself that, you know what, my own voice is unique, my own journey is unique, so I cannot really expect that, you know, everything has to be the same, or I have to be better than this person, I have to have more viewers, or I have to have more followers and all of that. I mean, it would be great to have, you know, the 20k followers on Instagram that other people are having, 20k, 30k, 40k, you know, but at this point I just don't have that. I don't know if it's, you know, that I haven't worked as hard at, you know, a social media strategy or anything like that, but how do I deal with it? I mean, you know, I guess it's just life. I can't kill myself because somebody's blog has more views or because they have more Instagram followers than I do. Take it as it is, you know. You can't let it affect you as a person, because I do get a lot of emails, I do get a lot of encouragement from people who, you know, they like my blog, they like my vlogs, they like the things that I say, you know. So I'm not going to go and like stop blogging because, well, I feel like somebody's better than me. Well, you know, no, you don't know, that person might not be reaching people that you are reaching. You have your own audience. Yes, you might have cross audiences, you know, with different people, but I guess I just deal with it by just being me, I guess. So the second part of the question is, how do you deal with blogging when you see other bloggers more successful than you and they probably started later than you? You know what, life happens. Okay, some people will just come from out of nowhere and boom, it's like, wait, what? You just started your blog 2 months ago and you have what, 5,000 followers on Instagram? Or you just started your blog like yesterday and like what you're featured on Vogue. It happens, it happens. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe they have better tools that I don't have. Maybe blogging has come a long way in the past couple of years. So people who are blogging now have so much more information to start off with. They're starting off on a much better footing than I would have started off with 4 or 5 years ago. So it's understandable that there will be some bloggers who just started a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, who are doing amazingly. I don't think that I would be jealous of that. I would just try to wonder, like, okay, what are they doing differently that I'm not doing? What can I learn from them that could possibly help my blog? I'm very happy for newer bloggers who are doing amazingly well, and I'm always happy to support and give advice and all of that. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. Next question, do you make any money from blogging? If yes, how so? If not, why not? For the longest time, I took blogging as just a hobby, like a simple hobby, whereas other people were looking at it as looking at it as a money-making venture, and they were making money. But there are people who are making money. I haven't gotten into that space yet where I am making an income from blogging, where I'm making a not even half decent income from blogging. I know some of it has to do with fear. There are people now who are offering courses on blogging, and people are paying for those services. I've been blogging for a while. People do send me emails about blogging advice and all of that, and I give it to them for free. I don't necessarily feel too comfortable, that's me personally, charging for blogging advice. Like, I don't mind giving it out for free, because I don't really want to do what everybody else is doing, and it feels like everyone is doing that now, like blogging advice and blogging courses. The way it used to be was that people were making money through advertising, but these days they're making money from like affiliate marketing, where they're selling stuff on behalf of companies. Like, they're advertising through sponsored posts, they're selling products basically, and then they get a percentage of that. I did that last year, and I think made the most amount of money that I have, like, from one brand. And like, in my whole blogging life or whatever, I actually made them almost £500,000, which at the time was like $2,000. And I made a percentage of that. But I feel like since moving to Atlanta, my blogging has kind of shifted, because before I was blogging primarily for the Nigerian market in Nigeria, and a lot of Nigerian brands were able to see that I had a lot of Nigerian readership, and I mean, I still do. I think the core of my readers are Nigerians in Nigeria. But because I have left, I'm not like readily available to like attend events and get products or services or try out things and all of that. So it's been a little bit hard, it's been a little bit difficult, and it's something that I'm trying to navigate now. I do want to make money from blogging because I love it, I love doing it, and there is nothing wrong with making money from doing what you love. I just haven't quite figured out how I personally will do it, and it's something that now I am willing to start looking into. So thank you for that question. Someone says, please, I want to know why you are still using a blogspot platform. I always hear that having one's domain is better. I need more enlightenment in making a choice. Thank you. here's what I bought: www.berrydakara.com 2 years ago on GoDaddy. So I've had it for 2 years, but I just, for the life of me, do not know how to configure it so that it's just berrydakara.com that you see when you go to blogspot.com. If you go to berrydakara.com, you will see my blog content. But if you go to blogspot.com, you will still see blogspot.com stuff. I'm trying to merge everything into one place, just one place. And hopefully I can get it done before September is done. I am also moving from Blogger to WordPress within the next couple of weeks or so, because for real, it doesn't really look good, for someone who's been blogging this long and has, the kind of readership and I guess influence to still be using blogspot.com. I need to move on. It's time to move on. Like I said though, I've had berrydakara.com for 2 years. I bought it 2 years ago and I actually just renewed it now for another 2 years. So don't worry, it's coming. Another question: how do you manage hateful comments? Okay, actually, well, it's a lot of questions. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll start with the first question: how do you manage hateful comments? I don't really get hateful comments anymore. There was a point where it seemed like, people were trying to throw shade on my blog. They're doing it on other blogs, so they're doing it on like Bella Niger, right? And those ones, I mean, you can't control it, you just have to manage. But I quickly, on my own blog, quickly shut it down. I will not entertain negative comments on my blog. Not about me, not about other people. I will not entertain it. There's too much negativity out there in the world already. I don't need it in my own space. This is my own little corner of the web. This is my own little corner of the world. I do not need it. So no hateful comments on my blog. Not allowed. Sorry. If I get them, I'll delete them. I will not post them. That's the truth. If it's different if it's like, constructive criticism, no problem. But if it's a hateful comment, you're just being mean. Not gonna happen. Not on my blog. Sorry. How do you sustain motivation to blog? Like I said, the past couple of weeks or month or so, I've been feeling not so motivated. But I think it's just my love for blogging, my love for sharing my life, that has sustained the motivation, that has kept me going. Even when I don't feel like blogging, like if I go like a week or two without blogging, trust me, at least 2 or 3 people will send messages like, excuse me, where's your post? What's going on? So even if I don't have that motivation, there are other people who are out there rooting for me and making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing with the blog. What is your favorite type of post to do and why? I think my favorite kind of posts to do are the personal posts where I really just let go of what I'm feeling. Like the personal posts where I've talked about, maybe not having as much money as I would like, or the trying to conceive bit, or dealing with death, or dealing with a faith crisis. I think those posts have been my favorite to do because it's really just me being me. I don't have to take pictures and I don't have to be all happy and jolly and smiley and all of that. Like, I can just be real. There's no extras, and I think it's kind of therapeutic for me because I can just air out my feelings and let it out. I think that I deal well with my feelings by writing a little bit. So I think that not only is it therapeutic for me, I think there are people, I also feel like those are the posts that resonate the most with other people, because not a lot of people are really transparent or are really real online. You know, they will show you, oh, we went here, we traveled here, or we did this, we did that. There's nothing wrong with all of that. There really isn't. And I do it myself. I share my travels with you guys. I share my outings with you guys. But every now and then, you do. Every now and then, like, people are not happy all the time. People are not jolly all the time. People just have issues, and I don't mind sharing those issues. There are people who resonate with it. More people resonate with those issues than not, because you never know. Like, there are a lot of people who are struggling with one thing or another, and just knowing that there's someone out there who might be going through the same thing but is keeping her head up, keeping her chin up, and is just trying to navigate the waters of life, that kind of helps out. So that is really the personal posts are my favorite to do. They're my favorites far and beyond. And the last question here was, what are your thoughts about the Nigerian blogging scene? My thoughts about the Nigerian blogging scene. I think that the Nigerian blogging scene right now has exploded. There are so many new bloggers, so many new Nigerian bloggers. Like, they just come from everywhere. I almost feel like maybe there are 10 new blogs every day, because you wake up and it's just like, wait, what? Where did you come from? Wait, what? Another new fashion blogger? Wait, what? A book blogger? Wait, what? They're everywhere. We are everywhere. The Nigerian blogging scene has exploded. There's so many bloggers now blogging about different things. Talking about, talking about sex, talking about money, talking about tech, talking about books, talking about music. There's so many bloggers now, and I think it's great. Do I think that there's competition? A little bit. I think there's some competition here and there. I feel like there's an undertone of of competition that is not particularly healthy. It seems like there, especially as I saw on a blogging platform, I think it was the Blogger Point, where newer bloggers were complaining that older bloggers are not trying to help them out. Like, they're older bloggers that pretend to be nice, but then when you ask them questions, they will not answer you. I don't know. I hope it's not me. I hope it wasn't me that they're talking about. I'm trying to be nice to everybody. Please, if you ask me a question I did not answer, it's because I forgot. It's not because I didn't want to answer you. I promise you this. But I think that, like, as much as there is that unhealthy competition, I love that there is still a lot of collaboration, a lot of networking between Nigerian bloggers. Like, Nigerian bloggers are doing really well in the collaborating space. They're doing so well, so well, and I love it. Like, it is very refreshing to see those bloggers who are willing to work with others. Older bloggers, newer bloggers, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Even when you're blogging about the same thing, they're collaborating, and I think it's really wonderful to see. Okay, there's another question. What is the one most important thing you have learned about blogging? This is from Precious. She left her question on the blog itself. And she's a fantastic blogger. You guys check her out, preciouscore.com. It's raining. I hope you guys can't hear it, but yeah. What is the one most important thing you have learned about blogging? I think that the most important thing I've learned about blogging is to be yourself, to be unique. I don't think people go reading blogs necessarily because you're showing one thing off, or because you're showing this food, or you're showing this event, or you're showing this outfit. I think that people are more attracted to your personality. If you have that personality coming through and showing through and shining through on your blog, I think you'll be good to go. People like to see personality. They like to see that realness, that authenticity coming through. And if you start off your blog trying to be like somebody else, you will not be able to sustain it. Trust me, you won't be able to sustain it. So really, just do you. Do write how you like to write from your own perspective. You can wear the exact same outfit that somebody else is wearing, but you might not have the same body type as that person. You might not accessorize it the same way as that person. You might not photograph it the same way as that other person. So everybody has a unique voice, everybody has something unique to bring to the table. So that's the important thing, I think, with blogging, is be unique, be you, do you, and you'll find your audience. You will find people who are attracted to your blog because of you. And yeah, I think that's the most important thing in blogging. Although I feel like I need to share the second most important thing about blogging, which is consistency. Please be consistent. If you're not consistent, you will find it pretty hard, pretty tough. You want to give people a semblance of, that they will come back and they will find something from you. So that's what I want to share. And I think that was the last thing on blogging. Thank you guys for sending in your questions. I enjoyed reading them and going through them. I hope you guys have learned something. I know I've definitely learned something, gotten a little bit of insight into something, especially with making sure that I move from that blogspot to my domain. So yeah, like I said, thank you guys for watching. I know this is a long video. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to go away from like the long videos, but sometimes you really just can't help it. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the year. We are almost in the third quarter. We are almost in the fourth quarter of the year. The year is almost over. So make sure you make it count. Okay? Take care. Have a wonderful day. I love you. God bless. Mwah.